Hi, good morning, church. Welcome to another episode of Stories of CLGC. And today we have with us two very special people. We have Jesse and Hwee. And today they're going to talk a little bit more about Task, the Assembly Soup Kitchen. You've been hearing about it for weeks. You've been hearing about the things that they've been doing. And actually, Jesse and Hwee, they're both volunteers for this Task initiative. So, hi, Jesse and Hwee.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. So, firstly, I think I would like to ask, what made you want to serve in Task?
For me, during that time, I remember there were many cases, and we hear a lot of friends and families affected. Just that I was just thinking, how can I help? So when there was the opportunity during the announcement in the church online, so I quickly text Jess, um, do you want this to do you want to do this together? And when Jess said yes, I took it as a sign. Okay, I got partner already. Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like as though kind of like also when she asked me that, I also took it as a sign because I wasn't very confident thinking about
Hmm.
cooking in bulk is a bit of a challenge. But I'll get to that. The reason why I wanted to serve also, it was around that time also that there was this white flag and kita jaga kita, and we were all checking the app to see where can we give or where we can help around our neighborhood. And it was really about that time that this task initiative was announced. And then I started asking more questions, and I realized that okay lah, this is an area that I can certainly put something into it. It may not be much, but at least it is something lah. So anyway, it's also something that when we started on this, I think it was quite scary because it was like they give you the ingredient and then the day before, and then you're supposed to figure out how to cook it the next day within the day. And I'm like, I'm not a master chef. I have no confidence to do this. But when Hui Ping actually messaged me, that was when, okay lah, let's do it lah. I think we can lah. Between the two of us, cannot go wrong lah.
So okay. Well, I guess if you're doing it like week after week, right? You also keep improving, so it will be beneficial to your family as well. So I think secondly, I would like to ask, you've been doing this a few times now. What impact has it made on firstly on you and perhaps on your family?
Okay, I think for me, the impact when I was doing it, it felt like okay, I'm just doing it week after week. But there was one week when Sam shared one picture, a few pictures of the Temuan kids, and one of them was a few of them I recognize, but one of them in particular I remember because I taught her during the when we were there teaching the tuition there. And when I saw her happy face, it kind of like just made it so real that I'm actually touching somebody and someone that actually has a need. So that
Mm.
actually dawned on me that, hey, giving actually it made me feel like I've achieved something or I've done something to, it made me feel like I've done my part lah, at least my part, what God wants me to do at this point in time lah. So that was the impact for me. And for my kids, the funny thing is, John, my youngest one, who is 4.5 years old, one day, one Saturday, he asked me, Mommy, today are you cooking for, he couldn't say the word poor because he's 4.5. So he said, are you cooking food for people? Then I said, yeah, I am. Then he automatically did not disturb me on that Saturday morning. He left
Wow.
me alone. Yeah. So yeah, that was the impact lah.
Mm. Okay. What about you, Hui?
For me, when I wanted first to do this as a family, so I was thinking I can cook, but not too well. But if I could get a bit of everybody, all my kids, even including my husband, to do this together as a family, I'm sure we could come up with something impacting a family at a time.
Mm.
So what I learned from this is you just give the little that you have, and then God will really multiply it together with the other members of the team. But another thing that I think really impacted my kids was I interviewed my eldest just now, and she said she's been asking why is she existent on this earth. So when she could get involved in this, she said even making the cards or even seeing her sister cut ready, she feel like as kids, right? She imagined the smiles on the other kids' faces. And she said she's very happy just to feel like that. And suddenly she said she found like, now I know why I exist, to
Wow.
make other people happy. Then I'm like, oh, okay. So I think that's the thing that happened to my kid. I didn't know about it until just now when I asked. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very interesting to hear. I think firstly, you're volunteered together. You were not too sure on your own, but you got a friend along and it's like, hey, let's do this together. And so that itself was like the first step that you all took to uh to do this. And so I think that works as well as an encouragement to one another, to go with someone or even to ask someone, hey, let's do this together, and you build on each other in that way. And I think the impact that it has had, on yourself and also on your family or your kids, and you have kids at home, and to realize that, life is so much more than just ourselves, and it's about, others. And for Kaylin to say that I exist to make others happy, I think, yeah, hearing that myself, I'm also happy. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing. I think it's really great to see, that you guys took the step first to impact, lives, and on top of that, you also impacted your own family. Yeah. And so thank you, church, for tuning in to Stories of CLGC, and remember, one family at a time. Okay, bye.
Thank you.